Welcome to the Beyond Imagination Minute with author and speaker Shana Schutte.
Several years ago, a friend told me that the movie Chronicles of Narnia was really good. She said, "You're just going to love it." I thought about going, but then I learned that Aslan, the great lion and the main character in the movie, is killed. And I thought, nope, I'm not going to be able to handle that. It would hurt my heart. But sometime later, I learned that Aslan comes back to life. So I thought, well, I guess I can handle that since I know the story ends well. Having an eternal perspective and keeping one's hope firmly fixed on the promise of heaven is like watching a movie with a mess in the middle. With our gaze turned toward eternity, we can endure life's messy difficulties because we know that Christ will return, we will go home to heaven, all of our tears will be wiped away according to Revelation 21:4, and our story will end very, very well. When Paul was in prison, he rejoiced. He didn't rejoice because he knew he would be released or that his circumstances on earth would work out in his favor. He rejoiced because Christ was his prize. He rejoiced because he had an eternal perspective which sustained him through daily life. Maybe like me, you've heard about the heroes of faith in Hebrews chapter 11. Their faith led to rewards and great acts while alive. They shut the mouths of lions, escaped the edge of the sword, and became powerful in battle, among many other wonderful things. But maybe like me, you haven't heard about another group of people listed at the very end of the chapter. This group was able to endure messes in the middle of their lives because they steadfastly held on to an eternal perspective, according to Hebrews 11:16. This group faced jeers and flogging, were imprisoned, sought into, and put to death. They were destitute, homeless, and hungry. But they endured because they knew that this world was not their home, and they knew that their story would end very well too. When I think about Paul and these saints in Hebrews 11 and how they endured, I have to admit that my faith seems small. Lots of times I'm more concerned about my comfort than I am about persevering through a trial. But there have been times when keeping my eyes on heaven has helped me to hold on to hope in the middle of my own messy story. I am really happy to say that as I get closer to going home to heaven, it's becoming easier to keep my gaze turned upward. What about you? Will you keep your heart turned toward eternity today? My prayer is that as you remember that you are just passing through this life and that this world is not your home and that you will take up residence in glory, that you'll find greater courage to endure your own messy middle.
To receive more information about Shana Schutte and to listen to Beyond Imagination Minute archives, visit shanaschutte.com. That's Shana, S-H-A-N-A, Schutte, S-C-H-U-T-T-E.com.